Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention around the league lately, you know that the NFL offseason is always buzzing with trade rumors, draft speculation, and bold moves that could shake up the entire landscape. But right now, one of the hottest whispers out there is about a potential blockbuster trade involving none other than DJ Moore, the elite wide receiver from the Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And let me tell you, this isn't just some idle gossip. It's a move that could redefine the AFC North, boost the Steelers' Super Bowl chances, and send shockwaves through the league. So what's the scoop? Well, sources close to the league are hinting that the Bears, who are in the middle of a rebuild after a tough start to 2025, might be looking to shake things up. After allowing an astonishing 28 points per game through the first 8 weeks of the season, it's clear that their defense still has a lot of work to do. Chicago, with a record of 5-3, has some significant gaps on their roster, especially on the defensive side, where they've permitted a league-worst 37 sacks. That's a glaring red flag for a team trying to contend, and it's fueling speculation that they might be sellers ahead of the trade deadline. Now, here's the big part. Insiders are saying that the Bears are considering trading DJ Moore, a true game-changer at wide receiver. Moore, at just 28 years old, has been one of the most consistent and explosive receivers in the league this season. With 52 catches for 712 yards and 5 touchdowns by November, he's been a nightmare for defenses. His route running is surgical, and he has an uncanny ability to generate yards after the catch, often turning simple routes into big gains. His PFF grade of 85.2 places him firmly in the top 10 among wide receivers this year, and his career totals of over 200 yards and 60 touchdowns speak for themselves. What makes Moore so special? It's not just his numbers, but the way he impacts a team's offense. His EPA per target is at an impressive 0.32 this season, showing that he consistently produces value whenever he's on the field. And even with some minor injuries, like the one he suffered in Week 3 that caused him to miss a game, he has remained a critical piece in Chicago's passing attack. Compare him to the league's best, like Tyreek Hill, and Moore adds around 2.1 yards per route versus the average receiver, making him a true difference maker. His ability to stretch defenses and open up opportunities for others could be exactly what the Steelers need to elevate their offense to another level. Now, why would the Bears consider such a move? The answer is straightforward. They need cap space to execute their rebuild. With only about $7.8 million in available cap room, they're not in a position to extend key players like Jaylon Johnson, who's set to hit free agency with a $21 million cap hit. Trading Moore, whose contract runs through 2027, would free up around $20 million in cap space, allowing them to focus on bolstering their offensive line and drafting young talent, especially on the edge rushers, which they desperately need. The Bears are also reportedly eyeing future draft picks, possibly a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-rounder in 2027, to rebuild their roster from the ground up, much like the Lions did in 2023. Now, shifting gears to the Steelers, who are sitting at 5-3 and currently holding playoff odds of around plus 1,500. Adding DJ Moore into their offense could be a game-changer, especially considering their current wide receiver situation. George Pickens has shown flashes, but injuries and inconsistency have hampered his production. Just 45 catches for 580 yards so far. Moore's arrival would immediately stabilize the passing game, giving quarterback Russell Wilson a true WR1 who can win on intermediate routes and make those big plays that turn drives into touchdowns. Imagine Moore lining up on the outside, drawing attention from defenses, and opening up the field for Najee Harris to run behind a more confident and protected offensive line. His presence would elevate the entire offense, especially on third downs, where his ability to get open on slant routes and make contested catches would be invaluable. The projection is a significant boost, around 200 additional yards over the course of the season, a 15% increase in passing efficiency, and a marked improvement in the overall explosiveness of the Steelers' aerial attack. With Moore on the roster, the Steelers' chances of making a deep playoff run skyrocket. His skill set could be the missing piece that pushes Pittsburgh from a talented team into serious Super Bowl contenders. The odds would also reflect this, from plus 1,500 to a much more favorable plus 800, making them a legitimate threat in the AFC. Moore's ability to neutralize secondaries with his precise route running and YAC ability would be crucial in playoff games, especially in cold weather conditions where contested catches and yards after the catch become even more valuable. And let's not forget the impact on the division. The AFC North is fiercely competitive, with teams like the Ravens, Bengals, and Browns all vying for supremacy. Adding a player like Moore could give the Steelers a crucial edge, an X-factor that could tip the balance in tight games and help them claim the division title. This move would not just be about making a splash now, but about setting the stage for sustained success in the coming years. Of course, all this hinges on the negotiations, the draft capital involved, and whether the Steelers are willing to part with some of their assets to land a player of Moore's caliber. But if the rumors turn into reality, it's a move that could immediately boost Pittsburgh's Super Bowl odds and position them as one of the most dangerous teams in the AFC. Imagine a playoff scenario with Moore catching deep balls, turning short routes into big gains, and making clutch plays when it counts the most. That's the kind of game changer that could define a season. As we look ahead, the NFL trade deadline is always filled with surprises, and this could be one of the biggest. The Steelers have the draft capital, the cap space, and the motivation to make a move like this. The question is whether the Bears see value in trading away a player like Moore now, rather than risking losing him for nothing next year. From the Steelers' perspective, landing a talent like Moore would be a statement, a signal that they're all in on competing for another Super Bowl and that they're not afraid to make bold moves to get there. Looking at the broader picture, this kind of trade echoes some of the most memorable deals in NFL history. Think about when the Seahawks acquired DK Metcalf, or when other teams made splashy moves to turn their fortunes around. These trades often come with risk, but they also come with enormous potential rewards that can change the trajectory of a franchise. For the Steelers, adding Moore could be that kind of move, transforming their passing game and making them even more formidable in the postseason. In conclusion, all signs point to the possibility of a seismic shift in the AFC North, with the Steelers potentially retooling their offense around a star receiver like DJ Moore. If this trade happens, it's not just about acquiring a talented player. It's about signaling the team's intentions, elevating their Super Bowl chances, and making a bold statement to the rest of the league. And as Steelers fans, we should be excited about the prospect of our team making such a move, because it could be the difference between dreaming of another Lombardi or sitting on the sidelines watching others celebrate. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think the Steelers should go all in and make a move for DJ Moore? Or do you believe there are better options? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates on this story and everything else in the NFL. So stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. This is a team that's always looking to get better, always chasing that next Super Bowl, and with moves like this, they're showing they're serious about it. Let's keep the passion alive, and as always, let's go Steelers.